Hollow Knight SilkSong might be one of the most complicated games I've ever played because the game is itself is so complex, and the storyline you need to figure out talking to a lot of NPCs. This might be my game of the year, honestly, for 2025. SilkSong not only has the most weirdest and the most amazing gameplay, it's very unique from Hollow Knight itself. The attacks are much more refined in the way of defeating villains as well. Every villain has its own tactic, and every opponent you face is very different. So it really makes it difficult to use the same tactics and same tools and same spells on the same enemy. So you need to keep always innovating, and the diverse attack portfolio of each villain with you becomes unique as you face them. Not only is every enemy different, the bosses are so much more unique than any other things I've faced. And also, each situation has its own type of opponent. If you're in the water, if you're in the gutter, there's a different type of opponent. If you're in the region where there's a lot of green, the opponent is different. So opponent changes when the environment changes, and his attacks are very similar to his environment. So what makes this game more fun is each area you explore, the type of bosses you face become familiar, but also each time you rank up, the boss also becomes difficult. The higher you go in the palace, the difficult the bosses become. Hornet herself in the story is basically a lost child in a kingdom where she's trying to escape. She comes by being captured somehow, and then we arrive to this place called the Citadel, or the whole place is somewhat the game, but we basically need to go to the Citadel, defeat the main villain, and then probably get out of the misery we are placed in. We get captured, and the whole story revolves around that. We try to find our way out of the Citadel and also our way out of the place so we can go back to the place where Hollow Knight takes place. The mechanics also in this game are amazing. The tools and the skills you get to use are one of the most unique and diverse form of tactical usage in the fight. Each has its own advantage, and each one needs to be different when you try to fight different bosses. There are multiple skills and multiple tools you can use, and the preferences of Crest, the type of attacks you want, are unlimited. This game really offers a unique perspective on the type of Souls-like games you can play, and this game is totally like Souls-like. So if you die once and then die again, you lose all your collection of money you collect. Or let's just say, even if you lose multiple times, you start getting frustrated because the enemies are actually tough. It also takes a lot of time to complete this game because it's a large one. You need to have patience, and if you're new to the Souls-like situation, it will take you around 60 hours to complete this. Act 3 is very short though, and there are 3 acts in the whole game. The most I liked was Act 2 because it's very large than the Act 1. Act 1 would be to go to Citadel, and that might be the largest one, but I felt like Act 2 was much more larger because it had a more vivid perspective of the story. The story itself revolves all around the wishes. If you don't complete the wishes, right, you don't complete the entire story. You need to complete many of the wishes to understand the story better. And what I liked the most was Hornet's attack forms and different types of crests you can get throughout the game. So I would suggest always keep exploring the game. And my hot take on the game, of one of the most hottest take on the game, would be once you get Wanderer's Crest or once you get Reaper's Crest, those are gonna be your main form of crests, because I like that the most and nothing beats that. Reaper Crest is my favorite, and I've played the entire game through that. Every other crest is just useless. It's almost baseless to use any other crest because they are the most useful crests throughout the game. For majority of them, I'm guessing that as well. I kind of watched a lot of YouTube videos while I was playing, which was very wrong. First thing, never do that. Second, what I would suggest to the new players who are playing, right? Just have fun. You might miss a lot because the game is very hidden. I think 90% of the game is hidden and you need to find out everything else. But if you genuinely want to enjoy this game, start trying to play it without watching anything. Once you start watching, right, it gets into a point where you're doing everything with direction. You need to do everything with the thing of watching YouTube and then find out what to do. But one more great suggestion would be when you enter this area called Bilewater, there is a secret hidden bench, and that I would recommend watching a YouTube video, or else that journey would be treacherous. So I would probably suggest for new players, try to enjoy the game wholeheartedly, try not to watch anything, and genuinely just keep trying to explore new areas. You see a hidden wall with a little bit of cracks, try to hit it. Try to hit every wall you find, and those kind of open up new areas to you. I would say that's how SilkSong is basically made. It is more hidden than what you can see. As you try to keep exploring and you go through the entire game process, you'll start to like it more, and once you get deep into it, you'll understand the story and how valuable it is for the game of the year. I think this genuinely summarizes what I think about the game and how you guys will enjoy it. So please like, share and subscribe, and also comment what do you think about the game, if you have explored it, and what you like about the game. If you haven't, please try it out. I would say this is a strongest contender for the game of the year. And there would be Expedition 33 as well, which I absolutely like, and probably one of my favorites as well. If I had to say which one would win it, it's either of the two, but just gonna wait for the game of the year.